Hey everybody, Clint here again, and welcome to another episode of Quick Fix. And this is the second episode I'm doing on this subject, and hopefully it'll be the last, and that is importing Super Famicom games. And the first thing I wanted to bring up was there were quite a few comments on the last video talking about things that I didn't mention in the video. First of which are converters. Now, yeah, you can go out and get a converter that you plug into the top of your Super Nintendo and you plug in a Super Famicom game, you're off and going. I didn't mention those because I just failed to see the point in spending money on something when everybody's got a pair of pliers sitting in their garage or their workroom or whatever, and you just snap those tabs off in 5 seconds and just put the game right in your Super Nintendo and be done. No goofy converters sticking out of the top, no money spent. I just don't see the point in them. But, I mean, if you really don't want to do either option in the last video, then I guess that's probably your best solution, is to get a converter. Now, the next thing that was brought up to me were clone systems. I don't like clone systems, and a lot of people that have been subscribed to me for a while probably know this. I don't like emulators, I don't like clone systems. I like to play my games on the original hardware. I like to play the original cartridges. I'm just one of those type of collectors that's how I prefer to play my stuff. Not everybody prefers to do it that way, so yeah. I mean, you could go get a clone system, but in my opinion it's quite a bit of money for something that doesn't do the job as well as your original hardware. Now, somebody brought up in specific the Retron 5. I don't recommend getting one. The price is just too high. Sure, you're getting HDMI out with up conversion, and the Retron 5 does have a decent upscaler in it, but there are problems with it. It's not fully compatible. I'm sure they're going to work on that with some firmware updates, but I just can't recommend one for the price right now. But no, the video was meant for those who want to play on the original hardware, not someone who wants to go out and get a clone system, because I thought that was kind of apparent to everybody. But since I didn't mention it, you're hearing it now. There's an option for you guys who just really aren't that concerned about the original hardware. Try looking for a clone system, but if you're looking for one, I'd suggest holding out on the Retron 5 until they're more affordable. But anyhow, let's get into the real reason I wanted to make this video. And in the last one I had mentioned, when we were talking about swapping the PCBs, if you ran into a game with one of the special chips on it, like the Super FX chip or the SA1 or whatever, basically any of the PCBs that have the 2 extra set of pins on the sides, that you couldn't just use a standard cartridge shell without any modification. And somebody wanted me to make a video on that, and I tried, and it failed miserably. So let me show you the results here. And here's the cartridge back. And what you may notice is I tried to make it so that there's this little notch here, which is present on a factory cart that would be like this. But this plastic is very brittle, and so just cutting it with a knife or a pair of pliers is very tough without getting this to snap. As you can see, you just had to trim some spots on all 4 corners to get the PCB to fit, and then you have to trim out 2 areas here. You may have to use, the best way probably is going to be to use a Dremel or to use like an X-Acto knife and just shave away the plastic, if that's what you really want to do. And I was about ready to go with this one because Mega Man 2 fit in here just fine. However, when I got to Mega Man 3, I ran into a problem which kind of put a kibosh on this whole thing. Right there. Grounding pin. And I saw that and I went, crap. That's just more work than I want to put into this. And I was just frustrated and upset because I thought, I'm not spending 20 bucks or more on you know, a copy of Star Fox or you know, any one of these other number of expensive games. And it didn't even occur to me to go look. Just do a quick Google search. And voila! There are a lot of games that have those special chips in them. Namely, the SA1 has quite a few. One of those games is PGA Tour 96, a $3 game. And as you can see, we pull out the PCB here. It's got the grounding pin. It's perfect. We just swap the PCB in and we're off. So for those of you that are interested in swapping the PCB, forget modifying a cart shell. It's not worth the time when you can get a copy of something like PGA Tour 96 and not have to worry about it for $3. So that would be my suggestion if that's the route you want to go. And you can just swap the PCB for, say, Mega Man X3 here, right in. And I will leave a link to that Wikipedia article down below that's just going to give you an entire list of all the games that use special chips in them. So you can go find out for yourself if you want to search for one of the games and get them cheap, because there are plenty of them. But anyways, guys, hope this has been helpful, and if you have any comments or suggestions, leave them down below. And once again, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will see you with the next video.